Hi, ladies and gentlemen, this is your boy, the Doordash Revolution. Smash the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, leave comments down below, like and share this video. First of all, we want to thank all the subscribers that subscribed to the channel this year. We thank you for taking the time out to watch videos. We thank you for taking time out to leave comments. We thank you for taking the time out to share the video with someone else. I want to give a salute to Reese Hot Facts for finding some information that dealt with the GPS jammers and all of that, and GPS codes getting blocked by other drivers. He did an article on it and everything, but we're going to put that in our next episode, which we will be talking about all of it. I just wanted to say thank you to him and salute him, and also give a salute to PTD, Paid to Drive. He was on our live earlier today. It was an unexpected live. We just caught it as it came, and I said that I was going to do an extension of that live that a lot of you didn't get a chance to see by posing the question that I'm getting ready to do at this moment. Will the solar flare have an impact on the gig economy? I know somebody looking at me like, out of the Doordash revolution, have old folks syndrome, or the heat done fried his brain? Yeah, I get it. I had that same type of mindset when I heard about this information briefly several days ago. I was like, psst, man, they can get out of here with that noise. I'm not trying to hear that foolishness. But I'm gonna ask that question one more time. Will the solar flare have an impact on the gig economy? You know, and before we get into it, I would like for you to hear what is being said right now. And right now, I'm looking at some information off of Mint. And you can look up this information as well, where it says the solar storm to strike Earth. Let's see, can we get a little closer? Right there, bam. You can get that information right there. Can I pull it up? And you see all that information there. Supposed to be a 1 minute read for July the 20th, 2022. But we want you to hear what was said in this on this information in this article, and we want you to listen to it as we start now.
A solar storm is expected to directly strike Earth on July 20th, according to a recent prediction by space weather researcher Dr. Tamitha Skov. Researchers and scientists all over the world are on the edge due to the possibility of a strong solar flare striking Earth. Radio outages were said to have been brought on by a large flare on July 15th. New sunspots are expected to appear on the Earth-facing solar disk throughout the week, and the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, NOAA, predicts that solar flares will also be likely. These sunspots can produce powerful solar flares with an estimated X-class maximum impact that can damage GPS, create radio blackouts, or even affect cell networks. On July 15th, a strong solar flare shot radiation in our direction, disrupting GPS and causing radio blackouts all around the planet. Many people believed that was the end of it, but it now appears that a slowly moving coronal mass ejection, CME, that was released from the solar flare is on its way to Earth and will hit us on July 19th. NASA warned that the flare might have a significant impact on Earth's geomagnetic field. The organization also warned the public to anticipate significant radio and GPS signal disruptions on the evening of July 19th. A solar flare, as defined by NASA, is a strong radiation burst that results from the discharge of charged particles from the sun's sunspots. These are referred to as bright spots on the sun's surface, and they can endure for a few hours. These flare explosions are typically caused by the sun's discharge of photons. Although asteroids have struck Earth, there has been no documented damage. Earth was struck by a severe solar storm in March 2022. G1 class storm made landfall there a few days later. Studies have shown that a geomagnetic storm's intensity can be scaled from 1 to 5, with 1 denoting a small storm and 5 denoting an extreme one. This implies that a strong flare could disrupt radio and communication in many areas. The long snake-like filament cartwheeled its way off the hashtag sun in a stunning ballet. The magnetic orientation of this Earth-directed hashtag solar storm is going to be tough to predict. G2 level, possibly G3, conditions may occur if the magnetic field of this storm is oriented southward, she said.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Solar storm to strike Earth today. Expect mobile, GPS, and satellite disruptions. Now, I asked that question twice. I'm going to ask it one more time. Will the solar flare have an impact on the gig economy? I know people say, what they got to do with me? Well, we have cell phones, and we get our cell phone signal from the satellite, right? And the satellite is out there in orbit, right? Okay. Now, they said that it's going to affect the GPS. Disruption is going to have disruption with the cellular network. Disruption with the satellite to where you may get orders from. Okay, we had that experience earlier today. We went to one of my favorite locations I call R&B. And my signal, which is full bars now, it wasn't full. I mean, it was low, but I didn't understand it at first. I was there for about 30 minutes. Didn't get a hit, but I seen on the map, on the hotspot, okay, 10 minutes then came through. 10 drivers then came. I didn't get a hit. Second time, same thing. Didn't get a hit again. Third time, same thing. All right, approximately 30 drivers then came in here. I'm looking at this thing. But they weren't the usual drivers that come through. I looked, I said, wait a minute. It keeps showing me that no connection, no internet connection, no internet connection, no internet connection. Okay, so we go inside. When I go outside, I get a hit, and I did, but I couldn't retrieve it. Matter of fact, I had got several hits, couldn't retrieve it. No internet connection. As soon as I drive at least 2 miles away from this area, I was able to get orders coming from there, and I would go in, get it, and leave. Come back, go in and get it and leave. And then once different drivers started going there, I wasn't able to get those hits again. It disrupted my day, ladies and gentlemen. And I did a live on it. Hey, the driver was letting us know in that live, and a lot of people chatted in the comment. I don't know, was it 15 people chatted in the comment or not? But quite a few people chatted in the comments. I think it was 20 people that viewed it at the time that it was being viewed. And this thing did have a large impact on our GPS. Strong solar flare shot radiation in our direction, disrupting GPS and causing radio blackouts all around the planet. Many believe this will be the end of it, just like he said earlier. Then NASA warned that the flares might have a significant impact on the geomagnetic field. And they warned the public to anticipate a significant radio GPS signal disruptions on the evening of July 19th. And it also happened on the 20th, and it's happening right now on the 21st. It happened earlier. Like I said, I wasn't able to get any signals. You know, I wasn't able to get any orders. Only orders that I was receiving was a small low ball offers. And then, you know, it just disrupted our day. So I got to calling other drivers, asking them, was they having the same kind of problem. I wanted to check with my service provider to see, was I having problems with it, because T-Mobile is known from time to time, you know, you have problem with their satellites going out. You know, so that's what we wanted to share. And it was very imperative that, you know, that you get in touch with DoorDash driver support, You know, have your best behavior. Be on your best behavior when you're talking to them. You know, and explain what the situation is. They know that it was going to be a whole lot of phone calls coming in. You know, they're going to get quite frustrated because they're overwhelmed with a lot of phone calls. I called them at least 7 times today. And on my 5th call, she didn't know. She thought she had me on mute. But they was in a call center office. You can hear them, you know, it was like Mayday, Mayday, Mayday. You know, you can hear from one rep to another rep, to 2 reps, to 5 reps, to 10 reps. Each one of them telling the drivers the same thing I was being told. So I know it was very frustrating with them because of the call volume that came in. And drivers were frustrated, drivers was angry, drivers was pissed off, drivers probably was cursing them out, drivers was probably telling them everything that they didn't even want to hear, but they was telling it to them. And I know that was very, very, very rough. It seemed like I was in the room with them. So I kind of understand their pain today. You know, so that's the reason why, ladies and gentlemen, we have to be on our best behavior when we're talking about these things. But no, it's not nonsense, ladies and gentlemen. It did have an impact in our gig community as of trying to make money off the Doordash platform, trying to make money off the GrubHub platform. And I would like to see comments down below. Did it affect you? On what platform did it affect? Was it DoorDash? Was it GrubHub? Was it UberEATS? Was it Walmart Spark? Was it Amazon Flex? Was it Amazon Fresh? Was it Deliver That? Was it Deliver? You know, let me know what apps you was working on at the time you was trying to make your money, and that it affected you or not. And it was a serious thing. I also want to read a little bit more about it. These sunspots can produce powerful solar flares with an estimate X-class maximum impact that can damage GPS, create radio blackouts, and even affect cell networks. You know, but I don't think it got as high of that level. I think it was down in the G1 class or whatever. But you can look up the same information, ladies and gentlemen. All you have to do is just put in solar flares disrupting GPS, and you'll find an article like that right there. You'll find that article right there. You see that I Googled it. You can do the same thing. You know, and it's very imperative to know about this information. When I thought it wasn't imperative, now I wished I had to pay attention more than what I did. You know, maybe I'd have been more prepared. Maybe I would have scheduled another day doing something else. Because this did cost a lot of drivers money. It cost me money. I'm quite sure it cost you money as well. And then this one that talks about, you can look it up in the high tech website where it talks about beware of the massive solar flare erupts on sun can damage GPS. It talks about it, explains it. It said radiation from a solar flare which erupt on the sun is headed towards Earth, and it can disrupt the GPS on your phone and other gadgets. Check the details here. Then it goes on in depth about the solar flare, about the Earth, about how it disrupts the GPS system, and it talks about the hotbed. It talks about the G1 class. It talks about the M class, how much of the effect that it would have on these devices, on the GPS system, you know, on the smart watch, on the phones and all of that. It tells it all right here. So you can go to that information. You can look that all up, those that are very interested in stuff like that. But if you're having a lot of disruptions and all of that, that is the reason why. Now, we're getting ready to end this episode. I'm not going to hold you too long on this here. But we will be coming out with an episode. I want to pull it up. Let me do it on this phone. I got enough time. Let me pull it up on this phone. Because I work with 3 to 4 devices. No, I don't have 3 to 4 DoorDash multiple accounts. No. I got one DoorDash account, and I got it on the phone by itself due to all of this corruption we got going on in the gig economy. Now, let me go ahead and do this real quick. I'm trying to go to, okay, because I'm going to tell you what the next episode, the title of the next episode going to be, so you have a general idea. Now, the title of the next episode, I will be doing a playlist dealing with the corruption of the gig economy. You saw part 1. This one going to be dealing with the corruption of the gig economy, DoorDash drivers, app tapping, and cell phone jammers. Part 2. That's what we're going to be doing. So be looking for that episode soon. It'll be going through the notification bell and all that. You know I like to do my research. You know I like to have links to follow up on that and everything like that. And I like to also put a link in there where Hot Facts, he addressed those issues as well. And once again, I got to give him a salute on the job well done on that. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the DoorDash Revolution finna let y'all go. I'm finna get ready and get about my day and see how this evening goes. I hope it turns out a whole lot better than it did earlier today. This is July the 21st, 2022. Thank you, and we'll see you in the next episode.